Hello, my friend.
Under the radar. I think Mark is doing a good job.
Mark is great. Of course, I mean, Mark is doing a really, really great job. And he invited me many times, and you couldn't come because it's like, like when they started, I don't know, the 6th of January or 5th of January, it's really for me impossible to go there because, or we don't have money, or it's like Christmas, or or something. I can't all the time. All the time I'm writing him, or when we meet, for example, a Golden Mask in Moscow, or in Edinburgh, or in Route Triennale, or in Avignon, somewhere. Man, I say, Mark, again, sorry, again, I missed it. And he's looking at me like, who are you?
I know.
Exactly to say, like, I say, okay, I understand. Okay, yes. I forgot your name. I forgot your face, like this. Okay, I will.
I'm gonna interrupt you a minute so that everyone can check your mic and lighting and everything on our tech team.
So hi, I'm Justin Tinker. I'm the tech director at NJCU, and this is part of what I do for the Zoom content. I make sure you look good. I make sure you sound good. If there's any problems, I try to help. So, Artur, so far you look good and you sound good. The one thing I would mention is off of your right shoulder, there's a brighter than normal light source. If you can just kind of turn your computer away from it so that we get that
to
other
here.
way. The other way, please.
Other way. To here.
Little more.
More.
Little more.
More.
Yes. Right there. Perfect.
Huh?
You did
Very
it.
good.
Perfect. Okay. That's
Very
good.
good.
That way we just don't have a light imbalance or too much of one. Everyone looks good now. Sometimes after the recording is done, if there's any mild problems now, they become big problems in the recording. So we try to eliminate that. Stephanie?
Test 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah, you look good. You sound good. I think you got this down. Olga? Hi.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah, Olga, just speak up and you're good. You have good levels. None of us should be quiet. We're all big, boisterous theater people. Yes? So, all right. I think that's it. So I'm going to be quiet again. I'm here if you need me, though. Just say Justin. Except for the next 20 seconds, I'll be right back. But
Right.
after that,
Sabrina and Anna, introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Justin. I'm Anna. I'm the theater manager. I tend to handle visuals and other miscellaneous things that come up for the Zoom calls, but mostly Justin and Sabrina do it all. And I am here to help out with the Q&A, monitor the chat. I will jump in if I have any questions during the event, and if we need some extra sort of support, I'm here. Otherwise, you won't see me. Sabrina?
Hi, I am Sabrina. I am the box office manager in front of house supervisor for NJCU. On Zoom, I typically handle monitoring the chat, making sure things are just going smoothly. I will interject with any questions, or if someone's not muted and then, they don't know if someone's muted and they don't know they're muted, and I just handle a bunch of the background stuff.
And we love you for it. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
So
Thank
how
you,
many more
Justin,
people do
Anna,
we have
and
joining
Sabrina.
us? Well, it's nice to work with you again, Olga.
Nice to work
Even if
with
it's
you
virtual, How many other people are joining us tonight?
Well, from our side, it's going to be Beth Cope
Oh yeah, okay.
and Nabi Abdurrahmanov.
Right, okay, gotcha. It'll be nice to see Nabi again too.
Oh, yeah. And Beckley is our publicist, because I'm sure a lot of, if we have artists or theater professionals, I know that it's always a question of about the press, and he done good for us, and he worked at many different international festivals, so he got little mention for Virtug well, for the festival, but they put the picture, of course, of Virtug with New York Times. So I know New
Really?
Jersey and New York, it's always like, how do you get New York Times if they don't do anything? But apparently they do. So
That's fabulous. Congratulations.
thank you. And it's interesting because my husband came home today and he said, wow, Olga, it's serious now. I'm like, what's going on? He said, WBGO just spoke about your festival. I'm like, okay.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, we got the Belarus Free Theater also on WBI. They had this full interview about Belarus, about their work around the world. So, and next year, hopefully, I'm not gonna have to run tech. Maybe I'll ask Anna and Justin.
I told you already, we're your partners for next year. We have our team.
You know where to find me.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, first we have to raise lots of money.
Well,
I have like $3, so that.
It's always in America, Arthur, arts. Well, we getting support right now from the government. We worked hard to encourage our mayor to change his vision on arts, but the truth is we get, especially our county, got nothing from no, I can't say nothing, 200,000 for how many organizations, Stephanie? Do you know how many?
I'm sorry, wait, there's someone that's entered the room. I don't know if that's someone that we need to let in. It's 917-742-2308. Would that be Beth?
No, Beth wouldn't do that from
Okay.
the phone. Well, you can ask them, no?
I don't know how to do that.
We can't talk we can't like.
It's also a little awkward to say,
We
who-
can send
who-
them
Who
a
are
message.
you?
But they cannot reply.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. So your question was how many
Mhm.
organizations?
In Hudson County.
Oh, I don't know.
Know how many? Because NGCU did the map, right?
Oh, on the cultural trust map? Yeah, that wasn't for all the county though, it was Jersey City.
How many in Jersey City?
You know what, I have to go, I think that 700
85?
artists, it was like 185 or something.
Yeah. So it's a lot of organizations in county, even more for the funding that we've got. So that's why our artists not really getting support. Like, for example, the way we started working with international artists, because International Cultural Institute started to contact me and asking me to present their artists.
Yeah, that's great.
Arthur, you understand,
Mhm.
right?
Of
Whereas
course.
American artists not getting, they don't have this kind of representation. Catalan Cultural Institute of Catalan LUL, then there's a Spanish government, there's consulate. They have so much support from government. And our artists are just...
That's why I said, this is this model of cultural policy in states. This is, on the one hand, it's there's a lot of freedom in it. It's not like when it not paternalistic, not like bureaucratic
Gonna look.
system like it's in north of Europe or something. But in another hand, you all the time you're raising funds. All the time you're thinking not about, for example, the cultural post, but thinking about getting money and something. And also, this is when you have, I don't know, 6 weeks to make a performance. You should be at least already tough director. And for me, in my surveys, I think the only point of migration out of United States, not to United States, out of United
It's
States.
artists.
When director, for example, want to go to Europe, for example, and work in Schaubühne, or I don't know, to become a director with you know, tough hand to be more.
Welcome, Nabi. How are you
Hello,
tonight?
hello.
Hi, Nabi.
Nice to see you, everybody.
Ha.
Hi.
Hi, Navi. Nice to see you.
Yeah. Great.
So can we check Navi's sound and video real quick with Justin?
Yeah.
Yes. Hi, Nabi. I'm Justin. I'm going to help you with sound and video. If you just talk to me a little bit in a nice,
Okay,
strong
I'm
voice.
here. What should I say?
Are you
Everything
far from your
good,
microphone right
everything
now?
Very nice day. Is everything all right? What about my voice?
I like it a little bit better when you're leaning forward like this. We can see you better. The microphone you're using, is it built into your computer?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Inside the lab.
I'm going to have you do something for me. You know where your mute button is? The little microphone symbol on the bottom left? You see
Yeah.
that? All right, don't mute yourself though.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a little up arrow right next to it. Click on that.
Yeah, click. Yeah.
You should see a menu. The very bottom one says audio settings. Click on that.
Okay.
You're gonna see two slider bars. The second one down it says volume for your microphone.
I'll be
Slide
back.
that to
Yeah,
the right.
okay. You want me to make it more?
Make it more strong to the right, please.
Yeah, but it doesn't move. It doesn't move.
It doesn't move.
Okay, just a second. Yeah, now yeah, okay.
Take it down a little bit.
A little bit, okay.
Okay. Talk a little bit more.
Yeah, it's good.
I don't know. You need to talk more for me.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Is everything all right now?
Take it up only a tiny, tiny bit,
Okay. Okay.
and then talk for me again.
Yes, is it good like
That
that?
is much better. Okay, let's leave it there. Go ahead and close that menu. Do you have any other lights in your room?
No.
Okay, well then we're good. Just make sure to keep yourself nice and close to your camera. The farther away you go, the harder it is to see you.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a good position there when you're
Okay,
speaking.
thank you. Okay,
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, McAdam. And Mr. Lee. I've known a few Mr. Lees. Oh, you were sitting so still. I thought that was a screenshot.
Yes, hello, it's me. I'm frozen with expectation.
Oh, nice. Oh, and who's this new person with the short hair? I don't recognize. I don't recognize who that is. Did someone sneak in by mistake?
Yeah, I'm Beth Cope. I'm with Olga.
Yes, I'm teasing you a little bit.
Oh.
Welcome. It's you have a very strong light source behind you, and it runs the risk of making it hard for us to see your face.
Okay.
It would be better if we could have the light shining onto your face rather than toward us from behind you.
Got it. Hold on.
Justin, is it possible for me to just quickly check if I can share my screen?
Yes, please.
Oh, yes, please.
Feel
If
free.
you're going to be doing some screen sharing, let's test that.
Beth, that's amazing.
Is it still bad with the one in the back?
Well, let's have you sit in place again.
Yeah.
Or it's not good again.
Okay.
Turn it back on, please. Yeah, that's a lot better, Beth. Okay. And you sound good too. So we'll leave it at that.
Great.
So it's all good, right?
Your screen share, are you playing a video?
Yeah, I'm gonna play a little bit of the video.
Okay. Let's see how that works, please.
A little bit later.
Click the boxes to share your audio. Yeah.
Where do I come from? I don't know my origins, but I need to. I have no true ancestry in my heart to guide me into my roots. I feel so.
Okay, it works.
Okay.
Is
I
that
could,
the only visual that you're showing, or do you have other visuals?
I have other visuals.
Can
I'm
we
just
test
gonna,
all of them, please?
yeah, we need to see a couple seconds of each one at least.
yeah, just one more.
Okay.
And this one, Beth, can we do it together?
Sure, absolutely. Perfect.
Okay, I can stop sharing, Justin.
I think you have to do that on your end, Olga.
No, I'm just asking, do they need to see anything or it's good? It works?
What did you're just scrolling through it?
Yeah, we're just gonna talk and scroll through it with images and talk about different companies, set
Gotcha.
up.
Okay.
Well, if that's
Right.
what you want to do, I think it's okay then.
Are you okay? And is there anything else?
No, nothing else.
Okay, great. Then you are all set.
And then after you go through all that, I have some questions for each of you for discussion. And
Yeah.
Really quickly, McAdam, can we get a sound level on you real quick? Just I haven't heard you talk yet.
Oh, hey guys, sorry.
All right.
My wife just walked in, so it's.
These things happen. I know.
Oh,
The hazard of
you.
having a wife. So sometimes they walk in.
Wife, roommate, it's all the same.
Okay. All right, you sound good. I just wanted to make sure we could hear you. I didn't want us to, have it be your time to talk and then there's a problem. Okay,
great.
we're good then. I'm going to hide myself now. If you need me, I'm here for you. Have a great time, everybody.
Thank you.
Justin.
Thank you.
All right, so it is 7:01. We should be letting folks in, and then are we gonna give it a couple minutes, Stephanie and Olga?
yeah,
So you want to decide now before we start letting people in what time you want to start or how you're going to signal each other?
I'll let Stephanie.
I think we can just let people in and it's 7:02 and at 7:04, I'll just welcome everyone.
Okay, sounds good. All right, have a great one.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Tuesday night arts call with artists and arts organizations tonight from all around the world. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Stephanie Chaikin. I'm the director of the Center for the Arts at New Jersey City University. And on behalf of NJCU and the Office of Cultural Affairs in Jersey City and the Jersey City Arts Council and Rising Tide Capital, we'd like to welcome you this evening. I am here with McAdam Smith, and I think Heather Warfield Sandler is here at some point. And Christine sends her regards, and Keith Dent sends his regards. So tonight we have an amazing program featuring Olga Lavina, who is the co-founder and artistic director of Jersey City Theater Center and executive producer of the Voices International Theater Festival. She has brought her team with her, and so that we can have a discussion about how our artists around the world thriving, how can we learn from each other, and maybe by the end of the evening form some partnerships that can go forward for a long time to come. So I'll tell you a little bit about Olga. Under her leadership, JCTC's team has produced and presented theater, music, dance, film, and visual arts, and all kinds of performances about themes such as justice, happiness, identity, social justice, vanity, borderless, disruptions, and fear, and created such programs as JCTC Kids, JCTC Conversations, Arts for All, JCTC Films and Artists in Residency, and a new plays festival, and co-productions with NJCU that were fabulous, and something called The Box. And Olga is a dancer, choreographer, actress, and director. She graduated from the Mintz School of Performing Arts and studied acting. I'm going to pronounce this wrong, V. Bondarenko, and Yuri Latinsky, and acting and directing with George Carchero. She has received awards in the Belarusian Philharmonic Award for the most creative choreography for women's nature. And she studied in the US at the Lee Strasberg Institute, Sally Johnson Studio, Martha Graham School of Contemporary Dance, and she holds a BFA in acting from Montclair University. So she has an amazing pedigree from around the world, and I would like to introduce Olga to talk about her amazing guest this evening.
Well, thank you, Stephanie. I just would like to establish conversation right away because we don't have that many people. I don't know. I think after the COVID, every week of meetings, our Jersey City artists a little bit, I don't know. It's a second week, right? We have very low attendance, but it's okay because it is what it is. And I feel like it's important today, you know, with people we have on the call to make sure that we establish relationship with university. We establish relationship with our international partners who we have here today. And I will show you, I will show you the video from one of the artist choreographers that I think really touches up on what is it that we, or you can see me with a vision, but it's definitely our team, because I work with a team this year. I work with Nabi Abdurrahmanov and Jackie De Viller. She's from South Africa, but it's a lot of curators, and I just didn't want to bring everybody in. Otherwise, we would be it would be all our people. So Nabi Abdurrahmanov, he is from Uzbekistan. He lives in US currently, and he's associate artistic director with Jersey City Theater Center and my co-curator of the festival. So Nabi was an artistic director of youth theater in Uzbekistan. He also had his own international festivals that he's going to talk about. He directed in countries like Israel, Russia. He been to many international festivals, and he has extensive knowledge on theater. He has philosophy in life that is close and dear and near to me, because when we pick our partners, we would like to make sure that our philosophies match. And it's just such a pleasure. He's very kind, incredible human. So it's such a pleasure working with him. Our guest from Armenia, Artur Gagasian, and I will let Nabi Abdurrahmanov introduce Artur, because he knows him personally, and give us some overview and Artur's credits.
Thank you very much for your introducing me. I'm so happy to be in your team here in this festival, and I just want to say just few words, because I know that Artur Gukasyan can introduce himself better than me. It's impossible to say all of the list where he participates and what he really runs. The most important, he is president of HighFest Festival in Yerevan. I have been there. It's a very high organized and by organization and by creative things, very high level of the festival. And there are many things that he has to say by himself, not me. Please introduce yourself, Artur.
Thanks, Nabi. Thanks, Olga. Thanks to you all, guys. I'm Artur Gukasyan. I am head of HighFest International Performing Arts Festival. It's annual in Yerevan, Armenia, in beginning of October. HighFest was announced EFFE special program, Europe for Festivals for Europe of European Festival Association, the main festival association in Europe, announced for the seasons 2019 and 20 within 24 best European festivals. This is a really good for us. Big pabam. I'm an arts manager, and I'm head of arts management and cultural policy department in Yerevan State Institute of Theatre and Cinema, and I'm invited professor in London Metropolitan University, also cultural policy and arts management, interdisciplinary. And I'm a member of many things. I'm expert in the European Union in cultural policy points. So, and I'm so happy to be here. And it's also, like to feel myself again a part of the theater world, a part of the of my, I don't know how to say that, of within my colleagues and co-thinkers, because now Armenia is under attack. We're in the war. We're attacked by Azerbaijan forces with support of Turkey, and we are in war, and we many hours thinking about that. And when I'm feeling myself again a person in theater, not a person helping to win, for example, to resist. I do appreciate that, and thanks for inviting me.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Artur. So another person I would like to introduce is Beck Lee. Beck worked with a lot of companies and international theater festivals as a press person, and I felt like it's very important because Jersey City arts organizations always complain about not getting the press. I wanted for Beck to be with us and tell us what it takes to get New York press, being that we are in New Jersey. And talk about the quality and artistic excellence and importance of doing something that can get somebody's attention. So Beck Lee is with us, and of course my partner in crime, Beth Cope, is here, managing director of Jersey City Theater Center. So this is our team today in a nutshell. Would you like to ask your questions, Stephanie, first?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I wanted to start with a marketing question, really about how do you get the word out about your art, Artur? Maybe you can start, and what are you using social media? Are you buying ads? What is your medium that how you're getting the word out?
You mean now or during this before COVID time, or now? I mean, you're talking.
I would like to hear both, because I think we need strategies for all, but so maybe a little history and then how you're doing it during COVID.
Actually, we know how to make things possible. This is one of the main points, and you know, when I ask, for example, my students or my colleagues or the people from media, they're asking, for example, why your festival is so unique and who are your competitors? I said that my competitors is, for example, Nitra Festival in Bratislava, it's Slovakia, or I don't know, for example, the Bunker Festival in Slovenia, or Theater Dialogue Festival in Poland and something. I mean, we don't have competitors in Armenia. We from the first year, we became a leader, and it was easier for us to get, for example, to get renommé and to get some support, and to get support both from inner sources and from outside sources. But it's quite complicated because Armenia is so small. It's a small country. We don't have so much. I mean, market is not so big, and we don't have, for example, the you mentioned, or Olga mentioned, about the Ramon Llull Fund of Catalonia, and about some other organizations. For example, the Goethe Institute. This is the main organization in Germany presenting German culture, science, and education. Something opened like 2 years ago in Yerevan. In Armenia, because they're opening something for 7 countries, and representation of many funds, and we're like out of the main side, and that's why, for example, it's too complicated to get some support to make a fundraising and something. But being unique and being all the time interesting, we can get some support from business and from government. For example, from government, from Ministry of Culture, we didn't get money for first 4 years. And when our colleague from big festival in Sibiu in Romania, the main festival in Romania is called the same Sibiu, Constantin Kyriak, he was one of our guests, and he said, you know, I understand, I've read in your catalog, in your booklet, that you get support from Ministry of Defense. What the hell? That's no, because they have some money for cultural events, and they realized that Ministry of Culture doesn't support us, so they gave us some money. And I said, this is very important thing, that because they understand when we defend culture, we defend the country. I mean, it was half joke, half not. But after that, we starting get money from the government, and this is like very few, very some percentage. Maybe it's like 15%. But this is that base that we know we have. This is very important. For example, we have that, and then we can construct something, or for example, getting from there. We're getting around 300,000 euro from abroad, and around 60,000 in Armenia only. For example, we can say that. But we don't see. The point is that in this marketing point, we can't see that money. I mean, this is possibility to invite, for example, Thomas Ostermeyer, the head of Schaubühne Theater, one of the main theaters in the world in Berlin, and don't pay for that. Or to have an opening with the super open air and circus theater from Toulouse, from France, Le Plasticien Volant, with aero show, and spend, for example, 120,000 euro, and not to get that money, but not to spend that money. And in this point, we can have very interesting program, and to have this, to be interesting both for government, for our audience, for international guests, to be well known, for example, in like theater circles, international theater circles, when a lot of posh and snob people say, "Oh, Arthur, the good boy. Oh, you're getting, how is HiFest? That's getting higher and higher and higher." And this is because we can make some balance in program in our work, but this is gray hairs. This is really gray. We're gray hairs also because of that. Because all the time we're doing this, we're shaping all the time. This is not like, for example, in I don't know, Avignon, for example, we say one of the main festivals in the world in France. They are now in 2020. They are talking about the budget for 2023 with the government, with the local government, with the city hall of Avignon, with this Languedoc de Roussillon, and with Provence, and with these parts of France. Thinking about that, we have to, for example, apply every year, and the people in the government are starting to think, what the hell are we thinking? What the hell are we thinking about? Are we changing names? Is it rebranding? We're the same guys. If you don't support us, okay. If you don't support us, 3 years we'll be leaders again, because we will do that. But we in performing arts, of course, one of the William Baumol laws, he made it in 60s. He said that without donors, without supporters, it's impossible. Performing arts will smash away. Well, that's not visual arts. When you, for example, can come and say, raising funds, supporter, please, could you support us? We want to buy this work of Velasquez or El Greco or I don't know what. And they say, okay, and you can put it on this wall in this museum or this exhibition or something, and write your name and golden names and say, yes, this is my name, and I made this big gift to this part. To the theater, I can give the same sum in 1 year. I need to give another sum. Because the people, they love, they want to eat, they need, you all the time need to support performing arts because it's live. This is unique point. That's why we love live theater.
Artur, I wanted to ask, and I think it's going to be very interesting for Stephanie and others to hear. I see that you, like in United States, 50% of our budget goes to the marketing, for example. what percentage of your budget in for the festival goes to marketing, and what source of information do you use and how you pay for it to advertise the festival?
Actually, we if we say it's about 25-30%, but we're trying not to spend it. We're trying to get some sponsoring in that, and also we're very aggressive intervention in social media and something. We using bloggers, and we use influencers and Instagram gurus and everything, because all of them, they also the people of us. I mean, they're from cultural sphere and something because of it. And also, as I mentioned, we have also outdoor program, and this point they are gathering interest to the main festival, if I can say that, because we have main program and fringe program, and we have around 12-15 performances a day. During 7 days, we have more than 120 something performances. For example, we maybe first 7-8 years, we actively use TV and radio and you know, like the magazines and something. But now social media and here, and also some visual points and some actions and something. Because in TV, no, we don't want. Why to spend money for that? One, we don't want to do that. We don't want to spend sponsors' money for that also. But connecting to marketing, it's better, for example, to organize some, how say that, co-production actions with our partner festivals in the world, also to present HiFest in different stages. For example, in Edinburgh during the producers breakfast, for example, or in Ruhr Triennale, or in Avignon, or in Sibiu, or in Moscow, for example, during the Golden Mass, or in I can just, it can be endless, I mean, this list. And also this point we can get interest in this marketing aggressive, like I say, I can say that this is a part of marketing educational program. For example, how Ramon Llull Fund has special article, special point is called HiFest, to supporting Catalan theaters to come to Armenia. The same with Swedish Institute, the same with Czech Center, Pro Helvetia, Goethe Institute, France Formation, now French Institute, and the Czech Center, and the same, because we presented our work there. We helped Armenian theaters to be there and promoting Armenian culture there. And also they got highest level review when, for example, their theaters came to HiFest in the main program. And even if they're in the fringe program, for example, they got it and they said that it's organized on very high level and something, they can also connect with that. But we have, we don't need to, there's another very important point. We don't need to earn money during the festival, because we have a lot of open air events, and we have a lot of performances where, for example, we have invitation cards, and for students, for example, also they have, I don't know, they can give like 20 cents and to have possibility to see performances. And for students in our institute, we don't need, they don't need to pay for the entrance, no admission fee. I mean, we don't need to have very aggressive marketing policy to get to sell tickets. That's why. Also.
Because culture is very different in former Soviet Union, of course, Stephanie, the culture is theater culture. I'm sure right now it's not as much, right, Arthur? I heard because my cousin is a theater director in Ukraine, in Russian theater, with Razovsky. So she's telling me that numbers are going down, just like here in America. But here, we don't have theater culture. We have mall and church culture. And in order for us to get our people in our theaters, we have to work very, very hard, Arthur. That's where marketing question always comes first, because we have to work extra hard into getting people in the seats. But yes, Stephanie, do you have other questions? Or...
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And Nabi could chime in on this too for his. So do you have, we've been coming up with, because we're streaming now and because of COVID, and now we're coming up against requirements that when you stream, it's like broadcasting. So now we have to come up with money to pay for the music with the publishers in a different way than when it's on site. Is that an issue for you? Maybe Nabi, want to answer that? Is that internationally an issue from, streaming through COVID? Has that become an issue for everyone?
Are you asking about the festival or for the theater? I don't understand, honestly.
So in the US, it's a wild, wild west now because we can't be physically in, because of COVID, in the theaters. In streaming productions and concerts, there is now a new challenge of getting the rights, not only the theatrical rights, but the music rights.
Yeah.
And negotiating with the publishers. Is that a universal worldwide challenge now, or?
I cannot say that, you see, this festival, it's the first festival that I'm participating in an online festival. Yes, just first time. And I can say that Beth knows better about such problems than me, but I think that we will need some new rules, some new laws in this field, because we will, even tomorrow COVID will stop and we will come back to ordinary life. I think that we will continue such relations through Zoom. We talked to Olga also that maybe, I think my son wants to study in IT college now. He is 12th grade student, and I said him, you need to create me a rehearsal room, because in the future I will ask you to create that room for rehearsal that I need for my exact show that I want to stage, and you have to prepare me maybe some sets, something like that, and then I will invite actors from Armenia, from Uzbekistan, from somewhere. I will make rehearsals, and then I will call them here for I'm also artistic director of Essence Theater Studio here in Brooklyn, and then we will make this stage on a stage, but this piece. But I think that we will need rules in this field. Not just in the United States, but between countries. But Beth knows these problems better.
So far we have not run into issues with music. Now, if we did the same, if we did Lines in the Dust, because there we had in between scenes there was music, so we had a couple of Queen Latifah songs, and
I'm so sorry, Beth. I think Stephanie asking about different rights. I think Stephanie is asking us about unions and about
I was
Yeah.
actually,
she's
I was
on
thinking-
target,
Not
'cause
necessarily
we've been faced with having to make decisions based on how much it's going to cost us for using certain songs in a concert,
Exactly.
and having to tell an artist, you know what, it's going to cost us $2,600 instead of $500 if you do this one extra song. So it's a big deal.
So just so to continue, if we were to do that same production, we probably would have to figure out the music rights for a production like that. But as Olga was mentioning, the big thing that we ran into was using union actors because Zoom, was not considered at the time broadcasting. And so we did have to jump through a couple hoops with them, and it was possible because we were a nonprofit organization and it was considered a fundraiser. And so that was the language that we used to work around their rules about hiring union actors. But I feel like that that even when we're not in a state of COVID anymore, I think that our culture is going to be very changed about how we gather together around the arts. I don't think Zoom and all of that is going to go away, and nor do I think it should, because we're able to present ourselves to so many more people, disabled people, people who are homebound, the elderly. Even with the readings that we did with our new play festival and then with Uprising over the summer, we distinctly noticed that our numbers were up, and we have a 50-seat black box theater, and which seats 50. And, sometimes depending on the popularity or, the ability of everyone to get the word out for the new plays and stuff, like 25 people or something like that. Consistently, when we were online, it was double that. And so, and also we don't have to just stick to Jersey City, especially with the International Theater Festival. Our programming, our goal through our programming is to be global in scope, but always locally relevant. And if we continue to guide ourselves down that path, then if we do Zoom, we don't have to be within the confines of just Jersey City.
That's awesome. Thank you. So Artur, I have another question in regard, you started to say that there was some funding from the Ministry of Defense, and how we've been kind of talking on some of our calls about community placemaking, where different sectors of the community come together and talk about how to help the community through the arts, through a hospital, through a factory, through what kind of collaborations are in your community that have been successful that we could learn from?
If we, I mean, you mean collaboration of the festival in different communities, or making some, I mean, using that as a venues or something, or?
Like businesses that are coming together with the arts that kind of move everyone forward, or arts organizations that are friends that are moving, kind of all of that.
Actually, I wanted just to mention a bit of the previous points. We, of course, now this is in Zoom age. When we preparing HiFest this year, and it is postponed because of war, I mentioned that, with special program and online program and offline program. Offline with some very interesting things I can't say now because we didn't do that before for the moment. And there and the conference. very high level, top level conference. And one of the main points, for example, and main topics is, for example, hijacking, Zoom hijacking. Because because in the Zoom, when we have a lot of people, where is written iPhone, 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 for example, and you are talking about your idea about the performance, and your performance will be in 3 months. This person in iPhone using that, and in 1 month making that, for example, absolutely other part of the world. This is one of the very interesting points connecting to the how to save your rights, how to keep it, how to maybe hide some ideas and be very open at the same time. Because in the Zoom, because world again became very small. And in this conference also we said that, for example, when we asked about the very new performance of Sasha Waltz, this is one of the main choreographers in the world, the head of radio system in Berlin. They said no of this year, no of the 2019, 18, 17, and 16, because the rights for the field performance, both we have and also the organization which made it. There is special connecting to music, as you mentioned, to this song and that song and something. And because of that, we said, okay, it will be the alley of astronauts. I mean, their top, very famous performance, like a retrospective and something it shows. And this is another thing, and this is another point that thinking about new platforms, when also they're spending money in different countries. They are thinking, why not to have, for example, the theater Netflix like this, and also to earn money, because we don't know how for example, far it will be this COVID time, and what will be after COVID life, how we can earn money, for example, in this way also. And and don't forget, don't be so hurried to be back into the normal life. How say that? About the communities, yes, and but it depends. I mean, some points, for example, connecting to the new venues and black boxes and free venues in Armenia, in Yerevan. In some points, this is very slow working. There are some people which are narrow-minded, and they don't understand that it can be business. It can be business because they still don't understand that the social responsibility, it's not like, hey, you don't have money, this is, I can give you some money, you are a cultural person, or you are something, I'm so rich and so. They think that such social responsibility is like wasting money in their points. They don't understand. They understand that this is earning money. This is earning money way. If the community, because you live in you've built in social communities, yes, if we can say that society will be better, if society is so stable, if there is no war, if there is no something, if you want to live in this society, you want to live in this livability city. And in this point, when you understand that, for example, I mentioned it in some in article, I said when the society, when the city is wealthy, and we love the city where roads are smoothie. And when the roads are smoothly, we understand that this is good theater, good city. And when it is not, we see a lot of jeeps, a lot of like crossovers. But yes, crossovers. Yes, bumps.
Yes.
This is one of this one. That's why this is vice versa, and we are on the way now. We're on the way, but I see some good changes connecting to the new government and to the city hall that they are making. Also in fiscal policy, some new things connecting to that. For example, to push people also to understand that in these cultural points you can have your business, and this it will help not only to festival but to many individuals can also understand it.
So
Yeah.
you, as the artist and the arts organization,
Mhm.
are tasked with getting that message across to the businesses or to make the collaborations happen.
This is our daily work. This is one of my responsibilities. This one, because also I'm one of the experts all the time. I'm invited to have interview in TV or something and something. I'm all the time telling that, and some of them they understand, yes, but some of them no. When I say that, for example, if in United States, for example, when I say United States, I'll say the Western world. Rich countries, well developed, and something. So when some very rich people they meet somewhere in, I don't know, in the steam room and something, someone say, so what do you do? We haven't met us like characters of billions TV series or like this. They're sitting and say, I supported Guggenheim Museum. Oh, good. And you, I supported New Jersey Theater, for example. You, I supported New York Philharmonic. Ooh. And you and I bought Maserati, for example. Or I don't know, bought yacht. And they said, so we had it. I have the factory of Maserati, for example. What is it? In Armenia, in this part of the world, still in this team room, very rich guys, they're speaking about new Maserati, new affair with Beyonce or some names or something, or to have a new boat or something. And no one, and if somebody says, I gave money to High Fest or to another festival, I said, are you crazy? You're spending money on that? If you have money, give it to me. Why you are wasting that? This is the difference in mental difference. Still there is, but it's changing.
But it's changing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Navid, what kind of collaborations are you seeing in the cities that you're working in? And is your role the same as Artur of the champion for people understanding? I mean, I think, here we are that champion, but by the same token, I feel like we are making progress. So.
You see, when I organized festivals in Uzbekistan, for me the most important was I always said that it's not just a festival, that the theaters came to us and we just saw it, we just made some conversations, we saw some news all around the world, and that's it. For me, the most important was to when they came to the festival, I always asked, I always prepared situation for artists to, I said that I named it as changing of blood. Yes, it's like we need to change our bloods, and to create something new, and that's such project was the main project for us. And when you make your festival next year, we always tried to open it with new project that was done by the ideas that developed from previous festival. And I hope that we can make it here also. For example, just 2 days before, it was a streaming of Israeli-Russian project of Poo Poo Poo. Maybe you have seen it. It's small, half an hour project made by Zoom program, but it was very productive and very interesting. It's a small piece of art. And right after this show, we talked with director about his ideas. We talked about who will write the script, how can we spend our time, how can we talk, and blah blah to create maybe just first step, maybe to find just first step. But I believe, you know, Uzbek people say, good wish is a half of work that done. Yes, it's a half of work, half of thing that you already did it. Yes, and that's why we have to find some new ideas for co-productions. And we talked to Olga also that this is our aim too. And especially with Artur. He's such person. If we will decide now something here and now, we will catch it and we'll make something new. I hope so.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. But it's you see, I'm theater director, and for example, now I sent my ideas to grant of our government, of course. But for me, it's very interesting now to make a show. It's a very modern poem, but it's based on Muslim and Buddhist parables, and I hope that it could be interesting, especially for Brooklyn community, because there are so many nations, so many people here lives here around us, and it's one thing that we can do here, and also Armenian people here, and I hope that we can make for them also, and I hope that Artur will send some actors or director to us also.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. And I think Jersey City is as worldwide diverse as
It's
Brooklyn.
I think that your city is very it's a very diverse city, and I see what Olga makes every day, as I see, and I think that it's a very important place in New Jersey and in Jersey City, this Jersey City Theater Center, and especially these two stages, small in the second floor and in the first floor. I think that it should be very, very, how can I say? Now, Artur said very important things about country, about earning money, right? When I was also on Avignon Festival, I said, okay, everybody knows, but who funds money from this festival? And they said, government. This city, nobody knew Avignon before Jean Gabin, right? He created this festival.
Jacques Villard.
Jean Villard, sorry, Jean Villard. And it's a small, his house in the middle of this Avignon. Everybody in theater world knows this festival. And they spent 2 months, 1 month or 2 months festival, but money that's spent during this festival in restaurants, in everywhere, give such big tax. These taxes go to government, not to theaters, to government, and the benefit goes to government. And I think that if this festival, especially this festival, will develop in Jersey City, I think that not just by cultural side, but for some, I don't know, benefits in money, in some
Economy.
in the economy. Thank you. Sorry for my mistakes. Will be also benefit of your city.
Yeah.
And thank you for your New Jersey university, because when we showed last project of the JCTC in your stage, it was great to play there, and it's a pity that we have such COVID problems. And I know that these sets are till now still are on the backstage of the theater, right?
Yes, absolutely. The set's
Yes,
still there.
they have to
And we
wait
have-
us. We will come
We
and
have
play
new
there.
cameras now so that we can live stream from the theater out. So that's our new endeavor.
Okay.
Stephanie, is it okay if Beck says a couple of words
I would love,
about?
yes, love to, that's my next question, please.
Thank you.
So, I have had some experience with international festivals. I've been a publicist and marketing consultant in the arts for a few years, and I've had a lot of experience with culture from abroad. And bringing culture from abroad into New York, into the New York market, and publicizing shows, groups, and in some cases festivals. It's a fascinating process, but it's very hard. A lot of times you'll see artists and arts organizations that are famous in their home country, and they come to New York and they kind of expect to replicate their success, that it's somehow transferable. The thing about international festivals and cross-pollinating cultures and groups and audiences, it's a really exciting process. But that's exactly what the artistic director has to be thinking about, is what is what will be the resulting arts ecosystem, the resulting what is the cross-pollination of these cultures going to turn into, and then for me it's what is the story of that cross-pollination. So I'm a storyteller at heart, deep down. I'm also a playwright, as a matter of fact. But working as a press agent, I have to find the story, and no matter what it is. But when it comes to the arts, and putting something together like this, the story has to be, what is the combination of these particular groups going to mean for the local audience and for the participants? And hopefully you can find something very meaningful. The beautiful thing about the Voices International Theater Festival is that it's making its identity known. You have to understand what the selling points are, but Olga's doing a very good job of putting together something that has that's knowable as an arts experience. And what she's doing is she's creating something that's as local as it is global. And she's sort of capitalizing on this COVID moment to really get an international audience to convene at once. See, if you have a festival in a given city or country, Armenia or Uzbekistan or whatever, your local audience is going to be predominantly that culture or predominantly that from that country or ethnicity, unless it's a totally international event like Avignon or others, Edinburgh. So I think it's just very important for us, if we're saying we're an international city, which we are, Jersey City, and right across the river from a very international city called New York, it's not a given that you're going to be able to get people from different cultures together for something, a common experience. It's not a given. So you have to do a really good job of selling the experience and of creating an experience that's knowable. So that's important. Why is it important to bring these the work from these 20 different countries together at this moment? Well, a lot of them are talking about social justice issues, global issues. There's a lot of concern about the world right now. So this is when it's a global festival like this, and there's arts organizations, and especially, from war-torn countries that are experiencing protests, countries that are experiencing dictators, under dictatorships. The experiences of these companies as reflected by the work of these countries as reflected by the work is knowable, but putting it together is a different story. So I don't know how much time you want. I could really go on for a while. I have a lot of opinions about cross-pollinating cultures. I was involved with the first Immigration Arts Summit in New York 3 summers ago. And for the first time, 30 different arts organizations that cater to diaspora or audiences in New York came together and realized how much they didn't know about one another. They realized how much they didn't have common audience. And the whole idea of getting a common audience together for arts organizations that cater to diaspora audiences, Chinese, Russian, Ukrainian, Indian, that was clearly elusive and not something that had been mastered. And that's so COVID and this has created all sorts of new opportunities when it's virtual. But anyway, I better stop.
It's fabulous. I think we'll bring you back to do a whole evening for us. This is amazing. So I would like to say that, well, a personal plug for NJCU. We are in the festival on Thursday from 11 to 12:20. We are doing a workshop with 2 New York playwrights about taking new work and how, as an audience, to constructively listen and communicate criticism to then take the playwright to a next draft. So we hope that you'll join us for that. And also, I guess I would just kind of finish and then have McAdam give some closing words. What does everyone, and if anyone that's also here, maybe Martin, Pierce, what do we need from each other? What could, what has been sparked that our tour could help Martin with, or Nabi could help Danielle, or anything that has bubbled up to the surface? Maybe Martin, I will call on you to unmute, and in your festival day, what can we help you with?
Are you referring to Bergen Square Day?
Yes, I am.
Hey, I have to pause and think about that. When there is another Bergen Square Day, we made tentative efforts to reach out to some of the ethnic groups around Journal Square. I would say they were very tentative, and we would have to work a lot harder with, for example, the Asian Indians in Little India and Arabic-speaking groups. But I think at this time, what we did was basically pretty rudimentary. I mean, at the very, very beginning, it was the first Bergen Square Day. We didn't have a second yet. How to give it an international dimension? Ooh, that's going to take a lot of thought. And a lot more volunteers than we currently have.
Okay.
But we'll try.
But maybe you'll partner with Olga, and some of the international work will be presented in your space.
I think that's a good idea. I think that's an excellent proposal.
Awesome. Anyone else want to give a request that our partners can help with?
We want to scroll through the slideshow just quickly.
Absolutely, that would be lovely.
Get a feel for the event.
That would be awesome.
We can do it quickly.
Yeah, that'd be lovely.
Olga, I think you have it on your computer, right?
Yeah, yes, I do. I do. So just a little bit about the company and the festival. So the Jersey City Theater Center is here in Jersey City since 2006. Our mission is to spark conversations about important issues of our time, relevant to our community, yet universal in scope. This was our first year marketing. I know that Stephanie always asks about marketing, cares about marketing. This is a first year international companies, and they said most of them we friends with, and they like, we're coming back to Jersey City. We love Jersey City. So it's Poland, Italy, Slovakia, and our friends from Barcelona, Spain. So this year, and what we as a company, we always try to evolve and stay relevant. So of course, I always talk to audience and my partners that we work with about voices and importance of voices, and how important it is to give voices to people who don't necessarily have them, and tells the stories that are relevant, like Lines in the Dust, where downtown, when we produce a play, people from downtown would sit in chairs and ask us, what do we do now? We can't believe it's happening in our society, in African-American community. So that understanding, knowledge bridges a gap in our society, in our community, and we know that we have very wide one. So we're using different colors for different medium, like dance, theater, and music. So this is, we also partnered with Friends of Laws and Liberty State Park. So we were looking at different countries for companies that can also perform outdoors, because we have this beautiful Liberty State Parks that represent Park of Freedom, comes very close to my heart as an immigrant, with a view on Ellis Island, with a view on Statue of Liberty, with train station where immigrants used to go to the rest of the country. So we wanted to utilize the park, and we were looking at some of the companies, and of course working with our partners, with Haval, Václav Havel, Library Foundation, Czech Consulate, and Catalan Cultural Institute and Polish Cultural Institute, and we were looking at some of the performances outside. Here we also have South Korea, because we believe that being able to also incorporate traditional performing arts is very important, especially when we talk about Jersey City. And here's, of course, we asked, and actually it's Bess's husband made design for us. He's an architect, Gernot. What's his last name?
His name is Gernot Rieter, and he designed these lawn plans. He's the director of the architecture school at NJIT. And so the idea, you can see there's a couple concepts here. One is with the smartphone, just because everybody's looking at their smartphones, we thought that this would, and the way it's positioned with the two skylines, we did get funding from the state to market on behalf of the Division of Travel and Tourism. And so we really wanted to have, as Olga said, have this at a park that's typically known to be the doorstep of the Statue of Liberty and the Golden Door of the United States of America, and it happens to be in Jersey City. And so to the left, of course, that's the skyline of Jersey City, and of course to the right, it's the skyline of New York City. You'll also see that the blankets are distanced so that people can observe social distancing. our vision for the future, because as we mentioned that we don't, we see that culture shifting around the idea of a singular stage situation like you have on the left, and that maybe festival culture in the future will have an idea of people still keeping space from one another. And so you can see these cubes they're designed to be stages and also screens so that people can scatter around and they don't have to focus their attention on just one area.
Yeah, and here we just talking about economic dollars for the city because it is important. So we basically comparing to different festivals and what economic impact this exactly what Artur just was talking about can bring to our city of Jersey City. And as we know, every dollar spent on the arts, invested or spent on the arts, brings 16 to the economy. I'm also a co-owner of White Eagle Hall. We sold 75,000 tickets last year, 2019. And every restaurant in the area love us because numbers are important when we talk about arts and culture and what it means for our restaurants. For example, they turn tables 6 and 10 times. So we're going to need arts and culture to open up our economy after COVID as well. And if you allow me, of course, I can share just for a couple of minutes because we always talk in Jersey City. Sometimes Jersey City artists come up to me and I help every way I can. And we did a lot of great stuff, a lot of great work with a lot of artists in Jersey City. But again and again, the cultural artistic excellence comes up all the time in our conversations, and artists always ask, and this is what I wanted to actually kind of bring up with Artur, because artists always ask, what do I do? Not only as American artist, not only I don't have cultural institutes to support me, not only I don't have my government giving me money for travel, I have to pay for all this myself as American artist. But I also would like to know what asks of me, because every time I submit to Canada, every time I submit to European festivals, they don't pick my art. And it goes back again and again to artistic excellence and to training and talking with you, Stephanie, about universities. I know we had a lot of conversations about it. It's not just teaching kids again and again old rules, but opening their minds. And I wish, thank God I had Jet Willer and I went to Montclair and he was like open arms. But if somebody doesn't have that, where you can see Bill T. Jones creating his work and you go and you sit down at rehearsal and you see the latest technology and you kind of, so I would love and hope that NJCU students, because it is in our city, have this opportunity to really understand and tap in, not just sing the same musicals again and again and again, but tap into what is it the world wants. So when they go out there, they are competitive and they can sell their work and they can think not only creatively, but progressively, and they can understand artistic excellence. So I actually brought, and I don't know if anybody would like to see something, and maybe we can finish up with that after you close up. I'll just leave it. Is it okay? Because Manuel Vignoli, he's an incredible choreographer, and this particular piece called Black and White, it's about what's going on in our society. Right now, this gap in between black and white, and he created this beautiful movement piece, and it's also deeply philosophical. He starts his piece with questions, And I wanted to share this with artists, with everyone, because I believe it's a great example of how through arts we explore and we ask questions and we come together and we gap this black and white. So this contrast in our society. So if when you tell me, when you close up, I'll just put it on if it's okay.
Okay, well, we're ready to wrap up and listen to that. I wanted to open the floor to McAdam to make any announcements.
Oh, nothing really, just, you know, as JCTC knows well, we're all working on the Arts Fund referendum. I imagine most people here from Jersey City know about it already, but if not, make sure you vote yes on the municipal question. It was great to hear all this talk about how both the arts are so local and such a part of a community, but also the international, the ability for artists to come together and work at something like the Voices Festival is really exciting to get all these different perspectives around the world. So we're very excited for that. And yes, please vote yes on the Arts Fund referendum.
And I also would like to thank Arthur for coming on with us. So at night, 3 o'clock in the morning, it means the world to me, Arthur. Thank you. Thank you so much. And its country is in war and he still found time to come in and be with us. So it means a great deal for me. Thank you so much. And Nabi, you know, what can I say? You're my partner, so it's back. So we and Beth and we going all the way, and we want to unite world through the arts, and because we're all human. That's my and we understand the pain, and it's important for us to come together and unite today. So that's it. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just gonna.
No, thank you. You're amazing. I want to also thank Anna Carhart, our theater manager, Justin Tinker, our technical director, and Sabrina Sabalo, our box office manager and Zoom coordinator. Thank you all for being here. And our next call is Tuesday, November 17th. So please join us for that. And with that, I wish you a wonderful night. Artur, our hearts are with you in any way we can help you. Nabi, you're amazing. Beck, you're amazing. Beth and Olga, you're amazing. So take it away with this last piece, and we wish you a lovely night.
Thank you.
Where do I come from? I don't know my origins, but I need to. I have no true ancestry in my heart to guide me into my roots. I feel so lost. I seek foundation to build up from, to plant my seed, let the roots spread and bloom from the bottom up. My body starts freezing. I feel I cannot breathe. I suffocate. There's a wound in my heart, an existential fear. Who am I? Why am I here? Overwhelming is the feeling not to be able to accomplish the purpose of my soul. What if I was living unconsciously and then totally missing the reason I came on earth? Sometimes I lose my footing, I lose my senses, I lose my purpose and float. Not really knowing where I am going. I let myself be. I let myself be. Surrendering to the currents of my discourse. Other times, I feel I am drowning. To a bottomless hole. Disconnected, forgotten, submerged by an ocean of turmoil. But the desire to leave, or at least to try, is stronger.
Of course, pieces longer, but thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Justin.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.